Hey everybody, today I am finally doing the eyeshadow palette comparison competition between the Lorac Unzipped palette and the Urban Decay Naked 3. Now, when I got both of these palettes, I immediately said I was going to do comparison, but it took me a few months to use the Lorac Unzipped. So, I'm finally getting to it, and I'm really excited to be doing this video. So, first things first. The price. There is a decent price difference between these two. As most people know, the Naked 3 is $54, so that is pretty expensive. However, this palette has two more eyeshadows, and I think it says, well, I tried to look up the weights of each of them and how big or how much eyeshadow comes in each, and this one just says that it is 11.2 grams or 0.39 ounces total, and this one I think is 0.6 ounces or I don't know the grams. So yeah, I'm not going to try to do 12 times 1.3 in my head. But yes, so the Urban Decay does come with more, but it is $14 more, and then the Lorac Unzipped, like I said, has a little bit less, but it's $40. So this one is definitely more affordable, and while I'm kind of holding them both up and not getting into the eyeshadows yet, the Lorac is a lot more compact. For one, it is slimmer, and it's obviously shorter. I mean, it is a little bit taller. You compare, it's that much taller, but I think height is less of an issue when you're talking about compactness versus like length and width. So this one is more compact, and also I do like the packaging of this one more. So well, for one, it's the Unzipped palette, and all of the eyeshadows are like something, and the Naked 3 are just kind of whatever names. But I do like the packaging of this more. Now, it is just probably some sort of like cardboard type of material. It's not hard at all, but you just open it and it has a mirror, a decent sized mirror, not as big as the Naked, but I'll compare in a minute. But I just like that it's a magnet, it's easier to open in my opinion, and I feel like the eyeshadows are somehow safer because the Naked 3, although it has really nice packaging, I feel like it would withstand a lot of kind of maybe bouncing around. Like, what is this that I hear? Do you hear that? Okay. When I first opened this palette, one of the eyeshadows was completely loose. I think, let's see. Yeah. This one, what is it called? Dust. It fell out immediately. So I think, I literally just had to, set it back in there. And then Nooner is also trying to bust out. So I think that although it was a great idea, the mirror is nice and big, it does come with a brush. It comes with a brush and like a set of primer, like tester little pod things, and the Lorac comes with the Bare Eye Primer, which is the behind the scenes eye primer, which is my favorite, just putting it out there. But I think that although this was a good idea and design in theory, the fact that it closes so harshly, and when you press it down, it's like pretty hard, so you have to really crack it open. I think it makes the eyeshadows a lot more fragile and susceptible to fall out, like that one is, and probably Nooner will at some point. So that's something to consider, is that I think this one has a little bit more of like a danger associated with it. But if I compare the two, this is what they look like side by side. So right off the top, they do look, kind of similar. There are some shades that look similar, but as you will see with the swatches, they're actually not as similar as they may seem. And while I'm talking about as they, eyeshadows, how they seem, for both of these palettes, a lot of the eyeshadows, once you swatch them and put them on your eye, look completely different, like completely different than how they look in the pan. You'll see that this one, Buzz, it may look like it's straight up pink. No, it's not. It's actually more of like a copper bronze. And same with this one, Unbelievable. It looks totally rosy, and I'll do like, you know, more focused zoomed in shots, but no, it's really like a copper gold. So a lot of the shadows are actually pretty deceiving, and that kind of throws it off, and it made it really hard when I was trying to find dupes. But I did find dupes, not in the way that they're like, wow, these look identical, because some of the shadows do have slightly different, what's it called, like effects or finishes, yeah, which I will talk about a little bit later. But yes, so what I did was I did my makeup with both palettes. My right eye is the Lorac Unzipped, and the left is the Naked 3. Now, I mean, personally, I don't think that you would ever be able to tell, and that is what I want to stress about the fact that they're not exact dupes. No, they may not be exact dupes. You might not be able to say, well, I have this eyeshadow, so this palette has it, so one that's identical, so whatever. Because the fact is, when you put things on your eye and blend and do stuff, if it's not exact, you're never going to be able to tell, as you can see in the picture. And I'll also zoom in really quick. So, I mean, as you can tell, it looks, I mean, I'm looking in the viewfinder and it looks like I could have done my makeup with the same palette, but in reality, they're two different ones. And I even did like eyeliner, my inner corner highlight, I mean, everything on my eyes besides my mascara, obviously, was done with these palettes. So now I will do a little close-up of each of them so you can see all the colors, and I'll tell you about which ones that I really like. And then we will get on to the swatch party, which is obviously the most exciting. So I will swatch them, and I realize that I'm wearing a white shirt and I'm about to be doing a whole bunch of swatches. No logic there, you know, whatever. I'm going to have to really figure out how to swatch these well so that you'll be able to see them. I guess I'll have to do them like that. It's going to be awkward, but yeah. On to the zoomed in shots. Okay, so as for the Lorac Unzipped palette, we have Undercover, Unbelievable, Unattainable, right there, Unconditional, and Unbridled, then Undiscovered, Unreal, Uncensored, Unspoken, and Untamed. So for me, my favorites and the ones that I use most often would definitely be Unbelievable, and I'm going to swatch these all later. Unattainable, I think, yeah. And then these two down here. Let me see, which one do I actually use more? Probably this one, Unreal. I probably use these two the most. Unbelievable and Unreal. But I haven't, well, I guess I use this one a lot too. Which one is that? Unconditional? Yeah, that's a nice like matte crease color. But I haven't ventured too much into the darker browns and stuff. But as you will see in the swatches later, they're really nothing to be scared of. But yeah, that is what the Unzipped palette looks like. And then as for the Naked 3, we have Strange, Dust, Burnout, Limit, Buzz, Trick, Nooner, Liar, wait, am I doing these right? Yeah. Factory, Mugshot, Dark Side, and Black Heart. So those are all of the shadows. The ones that I use the most are probably Burnout. Let's see. Probably these four. Burnout, Limit, Buzz, and Trick. Probably those four right there. Like I said, again, I haven't ventured too much into the dark ones. I'm pretty scared of them, but they are nice. So this is what everything looks like all together. And you can probably tell that there are a lot of similarities. It's hard to do it like this because obviously the lights and the darks don't line up. But yeah, you can see that, you know, they gradually get darker, and same on this side. And I will say that the Lorac definitely disappoints in terms of those colors and the darker ones. So they're the ones on the very end over here. They look very similar, but they do not swatch or wear similar at all. So this is the darkest in the Lorac. This is the darkest in the Naked. Very, very, very different. The Naked comes off a lot more black and sparkly because it has sparkles in it. And the Lorac comes out brown somehow. It doesn't really look reddish at all. And I will say that the Naked definitely has better dark colors. They're definitely more pigmented. And the Lorac, they're kind of lighter and not as pigmented. But personally, I prefer lighter dark colors, if that makes sense, like less pigmented dark colors, because it makes them easier to work with. It's not like you have to be super careful, but I mean, most people would probably want a more pigmented color. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you which colors I think disappoint and which are the best ones. I mean, I've already told you which ones I like the best, but yes, so as for the disappointing ones, I would definitely say a few of the darker colors. I think this one, Unspoken from Lorac, it doesn't, I mean, you can like feel that it doesn't feel right. And with Unbridled, it's definitely not as dark as it should be. But I mean, it just swatches like, it's like, it's just not the greatest. All the other ones are pretty decent though. I mean, Uncensored, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's just like, it looks a lot lighter than it is. And I find that that's the case with a lot of these. Yes, I just think that these colors are more kind of versatile, and they're more of like a copper. So they're not as rose gold as the other ones, although some of them, well, yeah, not really. Oh my god, I have like eyeshadow all over my shirt. Why did I wear a white shirt? Who knows? But yes, I think this is nice because it is more of a copper and not so pink, so I feel like it would go with more people's skin tones, while this, and eye color I guess, while this is definitely more pink. But there are a lot of colors that are very, very, very pink toned, especially along here. But as for colors that disappoint, Dust is one of the worst eyeshadows I've ever seen. You can't even see it in the swatch. I mean, I know it's light, but it's total crap. Like, it looks like, yeah, it'll be okay, and then you swatch it or try to wear it, and it's like, I mean, like, that swatch, yeah, it looks pretty decent, but, I mean, look, I can just wipe it away to nothing, and, yeah. But also, I think, I mean, most of the colors are pretty good. I think that a lot of the matte, kind of medium tone colors are meant to be sort of light, so you can't really judge them too harshly on pigmentation, but I think this one, Dark Side, is totally a letdown. I mean, it should be way darker and way more pigmented than this, but yeah. So overall, I think that they are both very nice. The Naked is definitely more pink tone, while the Lorac Unzipped is more kind of copper and bronze and gold. But, I mean, I don't know. Personally, I have to say I like the Lorac better. I feel like the Naked has maybe a few too many colors. I think, yeah, 12 is nice to have an assortment and an array of colors, but I just think that some of them are unnecessary and they're fairly similar, to be honest. But yeah, and also the price, you know, it's nicer to have something $40, not $54. But yeah, I think that if you have the Naked 3, not to get the Naked, not to get the Lorac, and especially if you have the Naked 1 and the 3, don't get the Lorac, because there are a lot of colors in the Naked one that are very similar to these because they are more golden bronze toned. But yeah, personally, I just like the finish of the Lorac better. Maybe you could tell in the beginning, the Lorac are a lot more metallic, and I love the look of that. I think it's a lot more flattering. While these are kind of glittery, but I don't know, I feel like you lose a little bit of the sheen. So, yeah, I mean, that's just my, 100 minutes of this. I know this was so long, but yeah. I would definitely recommend both Lorac more, but, whatever you're looking for. If you're looking for more pink tones, then yeah, go with the Naked. But if you're looking for kind of a more array, go for this one. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe if you would like to see more videos. Tell me what your thoughts are, which one you like better, if you have both or either, what you think. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye everyone.